Jurassic World the game is known for having a bunch of really horrendously inaccurate designs. But, you know, there's a bunch of stuff like Velociraptor we're probably not going to be talking about. Instead, we're going to be talking about even bigger offenders. Even bigger offenders than just Velociraptor and all that. And most of the list is a bunch of giant theropods. So if you don't like it, there are a bunch of other more inaccurate designs too, like from like an Androsaurus or something. But we're going to be talking about mega theropods today. Large theropod animation today. Well, most of the list is giant theropods anyway. So there we go. First off, Majungasaurus. Oh my gosh, this design is literally making me puke. First off, those legs. Man, those legs. Those legs are just long ASF for Majungasaurus. Look at this more accurate representation of the Majungasaurus. Can you see how short those legs are? Those legs. Majungasaurus was nicknamed the killer sausage of the Cretaceous, and yet Jurassic World the game just did not buy to that apparently. I mean, that Majungasaurus model was made in 2015, but it's still no excuse. Those legs are just not good at all. Besides that, we have the head, which over here is quite chunky compared to in real life that I showed just earlier. Well, ironically enough, if it's not shrink wrapped, the head actually doesn't look too bad. Although, you know, it definitely could have been better. And what did I miss? Oh my god, look at this abomination of a Majungasaurus. Look at its pronated wrists. Look at everything. Look at its giant ostrich legs. Look at, oh my god. What even is this Majungasaurus? Why does the Majungasaurus here actually remind me of Jurassic Fight Club's Majungasaurus? Oh my god, the arms are absolutely god-awful. Are these arms also pronated, by the way? Yeah, they're probably pronated here. Okay, so I have 7 creatures that I want to talk about. 1 down, 6 to go. Allosaurus. What is this abomination of a design? Oh my freaking goodness. This Allosaurus, this quote-unquote Allosaurus, it looks nothing like an Allosaurus. Okay, let's talk about the legs, which are just why did Jurassic World, why did Ludia 2015 decide to base these creatures off the T-Rex so much? Giving Allosaurus the T-Rex pronated arms again. We're not even gonna bother with complaining about other creatures' arms that are given the same treatment, the Giganotosaurus, Tyrannotitan, and also the Rajasaurus that we're going to be talking about later. This Allosaurus's arms, man. Compared to this accurate Allosaurus arms, these accurate Allosaurus arms, oh, just a world of difference compared to the, the Allosaurus from Jurassic World the game. Now that the arms are, oh, hell no. The freaking head of this quote-unquote Allosaurus. Why? Why is this so... They did it more accurately with Jurassic Park Builder. So why Jurassic World has this absolutely horrendous head design? The neck looks way too chunky, while the head itself, given that it's supposed to be based off a Tyrannosaurus Rex, it looks like a Tyrannosaurus Rex skull. Look at this Allosaurus. Look at this quote-unquote Allosaurus' face. Look at this head. Does this look like an Allosaurus to you? This is an Allosaurus head that looks much more accurate than whatever crap Jurassic World the game just pulled. Also, the legs as well. Like, come on. I understand that you probably had a grudge against Jurassic Fight Club, just praising Allosaurus and beating the Ceratosaurus to death. But you didn't have to go this far with berating the Allosaurus like that. Here is the Supersaurus. Why is there a bunch of horns like a nose above its freaking nose, guys? Nothing. Okay, it's probably just to make it look more cool, but whatever. No design of Supersaurus has that horn, that pronounced horn. However, I feel like the Supersaurus over here is probably the best design out of all of them, because what you're about to see here is just absolute abomination. Like this. This freaking quote-unquote Giganotosaurus is just killing me inside. Look at this absolute monstrosity. It's even worse than the Allosaurus, guys. Hopefully, let me get a new photo because this angle isn't very good. Here's a better angle of this. I'm not sure if I could even call this a Giganotosaurus. Yeah, we're not even gonna bother talking about these parts. This is the head of this quote-unquote Giganotosaurus. Why, just why? Oh my goodness, this head. What is this? Where did that... How did the... Oh my gosh. Okay, so first of all, this quote-unquote Giganotosaurus definitely has goiter. Look at this thing down on its neck. As you can see, very enlarged. Second off, this quote-unquote Giganotosaurus' skull is way too short and chunky. And it looks much more like a T-Rex. Well, it's probably based on a T-Rex anyway. But it's definitely nowhere near an accurate Giganotosaurus skull. Here is a much more accurate Giganotosaurus made by a seer. As you can see, its skull is much more elongated than in Jurassic World the game, and also its neck looks like it doesn't have goiter, which is fine. And this is not the first time Ludia came up with such a horrendous design for a Giganotosaurus. Ironically enough, Jurassic World the game is probably even worse. Just look at this head. Isn't that beautiful? Actually, besides the nose horn and clear Spinosaurus design of this Irritator, this probably isn't horrific, especially compared to the last two we're going to show. So we can't really complain that much here. Oh no. Oh hell no. I really should get a better angle with a Rajasaurus too. Like the Giga Rajasaurus. Rajasaurus is such an underrated creature, and yet Ludia just butchered the whole thing. Like the Majungasaurus or any other Bellisaurid for that matter, Rajasaurus' arms were extremely tiny, and they can actually be joked about, unlike the T-Rex's arms, shown over here. And Rajasaurus, these are called wrists, by the way. Its head also looks like the freaking devil. No offense, but I don't like its head. Obviously, its head and neck and all of that, it should have been much more narrow than whatever Ludia decided to cook up. Well, they've done worse. Last but not least is the Tyrannotitan. Okay, this Tyrannotitan just... Actually, it doesn't look awful, especially compared to other stuff like Giga. Its back had those spikes on it. It's probably just for the cool factor of this game. Its legs are actually not terrible. We're not going to be talking about the arms because I don't want to repeat myself over and over again. Tyrannotitan is much more closely related to a Giganotosaurus and a Carcharodontosaurus and a Mapusaurus than an actual T-Rex. So its skull should look something like this, similar to the Giganotosaurus. And yet, we got this. Obviously, its skull is definitely referencing T-Rex. Its literal head is referencing the T-Rex. At least, they actually bothered to make the Tyrannotitan skull here narrow, instead of being super thick like the Allosaurus and Giganotosaurus, which are just much worse designs than this Tyrannotitan over here. So, we still can't really call this an actual Tyrannotitan. We can't really call this something close to a Tyrannotitan. But, you know, this is definitely not as bad as the Allo or Giga. That's probably the only thing I could give Ludia credit for in this Tyrannotitan design. No, besides the legs. So, that's pretty much all there is for this little rant for me. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you all in the next video.